Hello, my name is Christian, and today we're going to be talking about header files. So header files are used in C programming, and they're denoted by the .h at the end of the file name, or the header file name. So header files contain C functions and declarations. Let's actually look at a header file. As you see here, header files can hold function declarations, variables that are global structs, and you can even include libraries inside of your header file. When you're creating a header file, you have to make sure that you have the include guards, which are the hashtag if and def, the hashtag define, and the hashtag and if. Now, the reason why you need inclusion guards is to basically account for an error that occurs if something inside your header file gets declared or defined twice. In order to stop that error from occurring, you need your inclusion guards. Now, the name inside of, or the name after the hashtag can be literally whatever. It can be whatever. There's no set rule for it, except for certain special situations. But we don't have to worry about those at the moment. And yeah, let's actually make another one. So I'm going to show you guys from scratch how to make one now. So let's open up our terminals and let's create a file called header.h. So we've opened up our terminals and we've opened up our editors, and we're working on a file called header.h. The first thing we have to put in are our include guards, which is hashtag if and def, or if not defined, and then we're gonna put in a name or something like that. Like, let's just call it name in this case. The second thing we need to do is define the macro name, which is name. And the last thing we need is the and if tag, and that's left empty. Now, at this point, you're pretty much finished with your actual header file. This is all you need, and you can start listing your functions, your function declarations, and now you can start listing your function declarations. Or including your libraries. And you can start including your system libraries. As well as whatever else you can fit in here. Now, in order to use your header file, you have to include it at the top of your program. So let's actually do that. I'm going to do an example for you. So I'm going to create a main.c. Right at the top of your program, you're going to include your header. Now you'll notice that for this header that we've just created, we're going to be using quotations instead of the greater than and less than symbols. Because basically for the greater than and less than symbols, those are used for system libraries. And for the quotation marks, those are used for custom or created or libraries and header files that are created by the user. Now that's how you include it. And at the end, and after you include it, you can just start on your program. So, int main, whatever, so and so. So the header file will probably hold all the declarations of functions that you created in your actual main. So when you create the string len function, let's say we made a string len function. Let's just copy the declaration in, put it above. This is just a function that's going to get the length of a string. So we'll just do, well, avi plus plus. We'll just do avi exists. Let's just do I plus plus. And then it returns the length, which is I in this case. So in our main, we're just going to call it. And we're just going to print it out now. Oh, let's actually create a len, a variable that holds the returned value. Let's return 0 if it's successful, or when it's finished. And put a new line at the end of it. Let me fix my header file to make it legit. Now, when we compile, we'll just compile the main.c. Make sure that when you finish your declarations in your header, you have to have a semicolon at the end of them, or else you'll get a bunch of weird errors. So then I think, let me add this. So let's actually add the library that printf is handled in. Alright, so now we have the library that printf is in, and we have the function, or the right declaration for a function that we just created. Now we're good. So let's make sure it works. And it does compile. A.out. And we do get the right amount of characters. Alright. Thank you for listening. Hopefully you learned a lot. If you have any questions, write them in the comments.